Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today because I have some news that's going to make a lot of you very, very happy. If you're receiving Social Security benefits or you're planning to receive them soon, you need to hear this. We just got some brand new numbers that suggest your next cost of living adjustment, that's your COLA, could be significantly higher than what we originally thought. I'm talking about real money here, folks. Money that could make a genuine difference in your monthly budget. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into these exciting new developments together. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening right now. You know how every year Social Security looks at inflation to decide how much to increase your benefits? Well, the latest inflation data is showing some surprising trends that could mean bigger raises ahead. Here's the story in simple terms. The Social Security Administration uses something called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners. That's a mouthful, so let's just call it the CPIW. This index measures how much everyday things cost, like groceries, gas, and housing. Now here's where it gets interesting. The most recent CPIW numbers for the third quarter are showing inflation running higher than many experts predicted. We're seeing increases in key areas that directly impact retirees, things like food, medical care, and energy costs. Let me give you some real numbers to work with. If current trends continue through the end of the year, we could be looking at a COLA increase somewhere between 2.8% and 3.2%. That might not sound like a huge difference, but when you break it down into actual dollars, it's substantial. For example, if you're receiving the average Social Security benefit of about $1,800 per month, a 3% COLA would mean an extra $54 every single month. That's $648 more per year in your pocket. For couples receiving benefits, we're talking about potentially over $1,200 extra annually. But here's what makes this even more significant. Earlier this year, many analysts were predicting a much smaller COLA. Some were saying it might only be around 2.1% or 2.2%. These new numbers suggest we could see an increase that's a full percentage point higher than those early estimates. The data is coming from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and they've been tracking some interesting patterns. Medical care costs, which affect retirees more than any other group, have been rising faster than expected. Food prices, while they've cooled down from their peak, are still elevated compared to historical norms. Energy costs are another big factor. While gas prices have been relatively stable, electricity and heating costs have been creeping up in many parts of the country. All of these factors feed into that CPIW calculation that determines your COLA. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you about something important. These are projections based on current data. The official COLA announcement won't come until October, and it's based on the average CPIW for July, August, and September compared to the same period last year. But here's why I'm excited about sharing this with you today. The trend is pointing in a positive direction for beneficiaries. We've got 2 more months of data to collect, but if the pattern holds, we're looking at a COLA that could provide some real relief for retirees dealing with higher costs. Let me put this in historical context for you. Over the past 5 years, COLA increases have ranged from as low as 1.3% in 2021 to as high as 8.7% in 2023. That big jump in 2023 was because of the major inflation spike we all experienced. The 2024 COLA was 3.2%. So, if these projections hold true, we'd be looking at something similar for 2025. What's particularly encouraging is that this increase would come at a time when many retirees are still feeling the pinch from elevated costs in essential areas like healthcare and housing. Even though overall inflation has moderated from its peaks, the costs that matter most to retirees have remained stubbornly high. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments below. How would an extra $50 or $60 per month impact your budget? Would that make a meaningful difference in your day-to-day expenses? And what costs have you noticed going up the most in your area? I read every single comment, and I love learning about your experiences. Your insights help me create better content that addresses the real challenges you're facing. Speaking of what's coming up, let me give you a roadmap of important dates to keep in mind. The official COLA announcement will come in mid-October, typically around the second Thursday of the month. That's when we'll get the definitive number for 2025. If you want to stay on top of this news, I'll be covering the announcement as soon as it's released. I'll break down exactly what it means for different benefit amounts and show you how to calculate your new monthly payment. But here's some actionable advice you can use right now, regardless of what the final COLA number turns out to be. First, if you haven't already, create your online Social Security account at ssa.gov. This is where you'll be able to see your exact new benefit amount once the COLA takes effect in January. Second, start thinking about how you might want to use any increase you receive. I know it might seem premature, but having a plan can help you make the most of that extra money. Some people use COLA increases to build up their emergency fund. Others apply it to paying down debt or covering increased healthcare costs. Third, remember that COLA increases can sometimes push you into a higher tax bracket or affect other benefits you might be receiving. If you're close to the income thresholds for Medicare premiums, or if you have other income sources, you might want to consult with a tax professional. Here's something else to consider. While we're hoping for a good COLA increase, it's always smart to look for other ways to stretch your Social Security dollars. Things like taking advantage of senior discounts, reviewing your Medicare coverage during open enrollment, and exploring programs that help with utility costs or prescription drugs. I've got videos covering all of these topics on the channel, so if you're new here, definitely browse through the playlist. There's a wealth of information that can help you maximize your benefits and make your money go further. One more important point about timing. The new COLA will take effect with January 2025 benefits, which are typically paid in February. So while the announcement comes in October, you won't see the increase in your actual payment until early next year. There's one more piece of this puzzle we need to talk about, and that's Medicare premiums. Every year, Medicare Part B premiums usually increase, and these premiums are automatically deducted from your Social Security benefits. The Medicare premium increase for 2025 hasn't been announced yet, but it typically comes out around the same time as the COLA announcement. In recent years, we've seen Medicare premiums go up anywhere from $5 to $15 per month. Here's why this matters for your COLA calculation. Let's say you get a 3% COLA increase that adds $54 to your monthly benefit, but Medicare premiums go up by $10. Your net increase would actually be $44 per month. It's still a meaningful increase, but it's important to factor in all the changes that affect your take-home amount. This is exactly why I always recommend waiting for both announcements before getting too excited about your actual increase. The good news is that by law, Medicare premium increases can't completely wipe out your COLA increase, but they can definitely reduce it. These potential COLA increases are encouraging news, but let's also think about what they mean in the bigger picture. Social Security COLAs are designed to help benefits keep pace with inflation, but they're always backward-looking. They're based on what inflation was, not what it might be going forward. The fact that we're seeing these higher projections suggests that while overall inflation has cooled significantly from its 2022 peaks, it's still running above the Federal Reserve's 2% target in areas that matter most to retirees. This trend reinforces the importance of having a comprehensive retirement income strategy that doesn't rely solely on Social Security. While COLA increases help maintain purchasing power, they're just one piece of the puzzle. If you're still working and contributing to Social Security, every year of higher earnings can increase your future benefits. If you're already retired, finding ways to generate additional income or reduce expenses can provide more financial security than relying solely on COLA increases. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to leave you with this thought. While we can't control inflation or the exact COLA calculation, we can control how we prepare for and respond to these changes. Stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay optimistic. The Social Security system has been providing cost of living adjustments for decades, and it continues to be a crucial safety net for millions of Americans. Remember, these are still projections based on current data. The official numbers will come in October, and I'll be right here to break them down for you as soon as they're released. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who need this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss important updates about Social Security and retirement planning. I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. Your support means everything, and I'm honored to be part of your financial planning journey. Drop a comment below and let me know what topics you'd like me to cover next. Whether it's Medicare, retirement planning strategies, or more Social Security updates, I'm here to help you navigate these important decisions. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next video.